Hey everyone, Amir here, ready to explore another crucial aspect of building effective generative AI products and experiences. In this video, we're looking into a principle that again has unique relevance in the development of generative AI products: anticipating flexibility. As AI evolves at lightning speed, being prepared for change isn't just smart, it's necessary for success. Let's dive in and see how we can build adaptability into our Gen AI features. What exactly do we mean by anticipating flexibility in generative AI product development? It's about designing AI features with the foresight to adapt to new capabilities, changing user needs, and diverse use cases, even before these changes materialize. Think of it like building with Lego blocks. You're not creating a fixed, unchangeable structure, but rather assembling components that can be easily rearranged, added to, or removed as needed. This approach allows you to quickly reshape your product as the AI landscape shifts. But here's the key. You also need to anticipate the level of flexibility you'll need. The goal is to make this choice consciously, understanding both benefits and potential limitations of your decision. When we're talking about flexibility in generative AI development, there are three key aspects to consider. First, we need adaptability to new AI capabilities and tools. The field is moving so fast that we need to be able to integrate new models or techniques without starting from scratch. Second, we need flexibility in user interaction and workflow design. We're still figuring out how users want to interact with this type of AI, so we need to be able to adjust as we learn. Third, we need adaptability to diverse use cases. Generative AI is a general-purpose technology. A feature that works great for one use case might need tweaking, or maybe even a complete overhaul for another. Each of these aspects plays a crucial role in creating truly flexible Gen AI features and applications. But as you might guess, implementing this flexibility comes with its own set of challenges. Building in flexibility isn't always straightforward. Consider the following. There's often a tension between flexibility and user-friendliness. Too many options can overwhelm users. Maintaining system stability and performance across different configurations can be tricky. More flexibility often means more complexity. Flexible systems can be more costly to develop and maintain. There's more code to write, more scenarios to test. Ensuring consistency across different versions or configurations is another challenge. We want flexibility, but not at the cost of a coherent user experience. And here's a critical point to consider. Sometimes flexibility itself might be the wrong approach. There's an argument to be made for taking a firm stance, betting on specific use cases, technological tools, or a particular user experience. This focused approach could lower complexity and simplify things for both users and developers. These challenges force us to think carefully about when and how to implement flexibility in our Gen AI products. So, how do we navigate these challenges and build effective Gen AI features? Let's look at some key strategies. First, embrace modular design. Build your AI features as independent components that can be easily updated or replaced. Consider using configurable AI pipelines. This allows you to swap out different models or tools without overhauling your entire system. Design adaptable user interfaces that can evolve with new capabilities. Think about how you can add new features without disrupting the existing user experience. Build in customizable workflows to suit different use cases. What works for one industry might not work for another. Implement robust testing frameworks that can handle various configurations. The more flexible your system, the more important comprehensive testing becomes. Set intelligent defaults. Pre-configure options that suit most common use cases, but allow for easy customization. Consider implementing an AI-driven onboarding or workflow adjustment process. Use initial questions, demographic info, and usage patterns to suggest tailored settings. Then continuously refine these suggestions based on user behavior. But here is where it gets interesting. Don't assume flexibility is always the answer. Sometimes the best strategy might be to take a calculated bet on a specific approach. This could mean focusing on a particular use case, committing to a certain technological stack, or designing a fixed user flow. This focused approach has its risks, but it can also lead to a simpler, more streamlined product. It might be easier for users to understand and for your team to develop and maintain. The key is to make this choice consciously. Weigh the benefits of flexibility against the advantages of a more focused approach for your specific product and user base. Remember, whether you choose flexibility or focus, the goal is to create a product that serves your users' needs effectively and can adapt or evolve as those needs change. Let's see how these principles play out in real-world scenarios. First, consider an AI-enhanced CAD software for architecture and engineering. In this case, a flexible approach could be highly beneficial. The software could integrate various AI capabilities, generating multiple design variations, suggesting optimizations, and automating drafting processes. It would need to adapt to different project types and user expertise levels. However, flexibility here comes with challenges. The development team might struggle with maintaining performance across all configurations. They'd need to carefully balance customization options with user-friendliness to avoid overwhelming less tech-savvy users. To address this, they might implement a tiered system. Basic AI features for all users, with advanced customization available for power users. They'd need to clearly communicate these options to users and provide guidance on how to best leverage the flexible features. Now, let's look at a different example. An AI-powered cookbook and meal planner. Here, the team might choose a more focused approach. Instead of trying to cater to every dietary preference and culinary style, they might bet on a specific niche. Say, quick and healthy weeknight dinners for busy families. This focused strategy could simplify development and create a more streamlined user experience. The AI could be optimized for a specific type of recipe generation and meal planning, potentially delivering better results within this niche. However, this approach isn't without risks. If user needs shift, or if a competitor offers a more flexible solution, the product might struggle to adapt quickly. To mitigate this, the team could design their backend architecture to be modular, even if the current user-facing features are more focused. They'd also need to maintain strong user feedback loops to stay attuned to evolving needs. In both cases, the key is making conscious choices about flexibility, clearly communicating these choices to users and the development team, and being prepared to evolve as needed. As you start building flexibility into your Gen AI features and products, here are some tips to keep in mind. Start with a flexible mindset from the planning stage. It's much easier to build in flexibility from the beginning than to add it later. Prioritize clear documentation and version control. With a flexible system, you'll have more variations to keep track of. Implement strong user feedback loops to guide evolution. Your users are your best source of information on what's working and what isn't. Remember to balance flexibility with guided experiences for less tech-savvy users. Not everyone wants to tweak every setting. Always ensure that increased flexibility doesn't compromise core functionality or user experience. Flexibility should enhance, not hinder, your product's primary purpose. And here's a crucial tip. Communicate your approach to flexibility clearly, both to your users and your development team. Be transparent about why you're building in flexibility, or why you're not, if you've chosen a more focused approach. Explain the implications and how it might impact the user experience or the development process. This transparency builds trust and sets the right expectations. For users, this might mean explaining how they can customize their experience or how the product might evolve over time. For your team, it's about ensuring everyone understands the vision and the technical implications of your flexible architecture. Remember, whether you're embracing flexibility or taking a more focused approach, clear communication is key to getting everyone on board and using your product effectively. To conclude our discussion on anticipating flexibility in generative AI product development, remember, it's about being prepared for change while still delivering focused, effective solutions today. I encourage you to apply this principle in your own projects. Consider when flexibility might be crucial and where a more focused approach could be beneficial. Right now, flexibility in generative AI features and products may be required more than you would normally do in other cases, even if you would not always expose it to the users. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to check out the other ones in this series on generative AI product development principles. Hit the subscribe button to stay updated on future insights and techniques. I'm always eager to hear about your real-world experiences. How are you balancing flexibility and focus in your generative AI projects? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until we meet again, please be flexible, but in a smart way.